What is happening, guys? As we go live here, welcome. I apologize. I got Facebook on one screen, I got YouTube on another, and I got somebody watching me on a down over here. So I apologize for that in advance. Where are you guys coming in from? Where are you guys watching? I want to know where you're coming in from. I'm in beautiful Southern California. Not so beautiful today. Yesterday, it was high 80s here. We went to the beach. It was actually overcast at the beach. It wasn't very nice at the beach. It was only about 60, 62 or 63 at the beach. Still had a great time with my family. But we're here in wine country in Southern California. So for those of you that are chiming in, whether you're watching this on replay or you're watching it live, I'd love to know where you are from, where you're watching this from. Tell me a little bit about where you're at too. Like if you're from Atlanta, Georgia, is there something cool that I need to know about Atlanta, Georgia? Or if you're coming in from across the pond, I'd love to know as well as you're watching this or wherever you're at in the world and you're watching this video. I apologize. My nose has been goofy all day. Going from that warm weather with the breeze to the cold back to the sweatshirts again. It's like, woo, my nose has been going crazy. I apologize. How many of you deal with that? Woo. Sorry. Try not to, before we get going, I'll do my best to get over that. But I'm excited to have everybody on today because today is just for parents. It's a tough time right now for parents financially. I don't know. I know a lot less that are not struggling than I do that are struggling. So today I'm excited because I get to share my vision, which is well, first let me paint a picture for you. What if you could wake up tomorrow morning, or every morning for that matter, knowing that money was coming in and you didn't have to worry about going to that 9 to 5, or in a lot of cases that 6 to 6. I don't know many people working 9 to 5s anymore. Most people are grinding, right? A lot of people have up their days from 8 hours to 10 hours, a lot, and even more to 12 hours. And if they're not doing it with one job, they're doing it with a second job. But what I'm here tonight to share with you is, what if you could spend more time with your kids while your bank account is still growing, right? See, that's the power of passive income. And that's what I'm going to talk to you guys about tonight. And as you're coming in, if you come in and I missed you, please tell me who you are, where you're from, and tell me a little bit of something about where you're from. Like I said, we live here in Southern California in wine country. It's about 70 miles north of San Diego, about 90 miles east of Los Angeles, downtown LA, LAX, right in that area. So, but I'd love to know a little bit about you. So for those of you that don't know me, my name is Joe Von Grichten, and I am on a mission to retire my wife, number one priority, get her back home. She got to stay home with our kids for 15 years, and unfortunately, we had to make a decision, and she jumped on the grenade and said, I'll go back to work about 2 years ago. And so I want to retire her back home, but I also want to help 1,000 families while I'm doing this. I want to help 1,000 families create financial freedom so that they don't have to live paycheck to paycheck. And I'm going to show you how tonight with passive income, how that's possible. All right. So if you're hopping on here, I got one viewer over here on Facebook that's watching in. Definitely, if you're just hopping in, I'd love to know where you're from, a little bit about where you're from. Like it's something that, like I'm from wine country, so we got wine out here. No, we're not winos, but at any rate, I'd love to know where you're from as you're chiming in and you're watching. But what I'd like to know is drop a yes in the chat if you're interested in learning how to build wealth while spending more time with your family, spending more time doing the things you want to be doing with the people you want to be doing them with when you want to be doing them. Drop a yes if you're interested in that. We got, somebody already hopped off. Oh, well, their loss. We got I'm sure more people will be coming on. So this is what we're going to cover today. We're going to cover why every parent needs passive income, right? I know that Warren Buffett talks about if you don't find a way to make money while you sleep, you'll work till you die. That is couldn't be more truer than the day that he said it. Today, I mean, it is rampant, especially if you live here in California and you're here in Southern California. But I'm going to give you some ideas, passive income streams for parents, for busy parents for that matter. And I'm going to give you a simple action plan. I'm going to give you some tools that you can walk away with. So make sure that if you're watching this on YouTube or you're watching it on Facebook, wherever you're watching it, make sure you subscribe to the channel or follow, or wherever you're watching the live from or the replay from. You definitely want to stay tuned, because I'm going to be spending a lot of time over the next 30 days helping as many people as I possibly can. So hopefully you'll be one of them. But make sure that you subscribe, like if you find value in this as well, please. But so why do parents need passive income? Because what's our most valuable commodity we have, right? It's time. It's time. Why is it our most precious commodity? It's because we don't get it back, right? It never comes back, no matter 5 seconds, 5 minutes, 5 days, 5 months, 5 years ago. We don't get it back, right? And there's nothing worse as a parent than being stuck at work and missing out on opportunities with your kids, missing out on actually time with your spouse and your significant other, right? Let alone your family and your community, right? Passive income will actually allow parents to take that back, where their life, doesn't revolve around work. Rather, it can be what they want it to be, right? It doesn't control your time. And one of the things that's really, really important to me as I talk through this and talk through some of these talking points is we model what our parents taught us, right? And the reason I bring this up is not to bash our parents and not to say that they were bad parents or they didn't know this or they didn't know that. That's not it. But we model our parents, right? Unless we change and reprogram. Okay. Our parents always want us to do better, right? But at the same time, a lot of people live their lives modeling their parents. Okay. So good, bad, or indifferent, we model their parents. We model our parents. And like I said, I'm not judging here, but you're modeling for your kids. If you're a parent right now, whether you're a single parent or you're modeling. So if you're playing the victim card, if you're living paycheck to paycheck, if you're struggling, they're seeing that. They're experiencing that. They may not feel it as much. You may be able to hide it from them a little bit, but trust me, they're hearing it. They see things. They hear and see things that we think they don't, right? And what will end up happening is our habits will become their habits, right? So if you have bad habits right now about making money, building wealth, right? And you have kids and you have children, or you have young people you're responsible for, they're going to model what you're doing, right? So if you play the victim card and you blame everybody else for your lot in life and this, that, and the other, right? They're going to do the same thing. So it's really, really important that passive income will give you the liberty to model something really special for your kids and spend more time loving on them, spend time, creating those special moments, right? Those special memories. So thinking about that and thinking about, for me, I left corporate America over 20 years ago, and I just said, no more. I'm not building any more. I'm not building dreams for more people. I'll help people build their dreams, but I'm not going to do it for them, right? While mine sit and they're just dreams and I don't take action on them. I wanted myself, so I created my own business. It ended up being, I created my own job, right? And I didn't learn the realities of creating passive income until I got my first business coach. And even then, it still took me another business coach and some other seminars before I really started to grasp the understanding of replacing myself and getting out of my own way. Because really, at the end of the day, whether you work for somebody else or you work for yourself, you know, that job is not as secure as you think, right? And my question to you is, if the job disappeared tomorrow, would you still be able to provide for your family? You see, because passive income it works as like that security blanket for you, so that you never have to be 100% dependent on a paycheck. Right? So Robert Kiyosaki talks about, rich dad versus poor dad, and really, his poor dad was a very well educated man. He just didn't understand, the concepts of wealth. I mean, he did, but he didn't. Right? He didn't live that way. But he was highly educated. He was in charge of the entire education system for the state of Hawaii. You would think he would be a pretty successful man, correct? And unfortunately, his rich dad was one of his best friend's dads, who taught him, don't trade your time for a paycheck. You don't ever want to do that, right? You don't want to get into that. You don't want to become dependent upon that. So I highly recommend you go and check out Rich Dad, Poor Dad by Robert Kiyosaki. Read all of his stuff. It's very good. It will help you shift your mind on how you think about creating money, right? And what is an asset versus a liability, right? A lot of people think they have assets, but they're really liabilities. They don't produce income for them, right? So how many of you are ready to break free from the paycheck to paycheck? If you are, go ahead and let's type in freedom in the comments, and we're going to go on to some of my next talking points here. So let's talk about some real solutions for you. All right. So I'm going to talk about them in the order that I think they are of value, from good to best, because all of them that I'm going to talk about are good. However, they all take varying levels to set up, right? Okay, so I'm going to talk about the ones that I think you set up last, and the ones that you start today. All right. So first are rental properties. All right, owning real estate that pays you every month. Now, the cool thing is that when you have rental properties, all that's happening while you're still doing what you're doing, right? All you have to do is collect the money, and as long as you're cash flow positive, meaning whatever maintenance you have to do, whatever taxes and deeds you've got to pay for, all that good stuff. As long as you're making money on top of that and you're cash flow positive, then it's great, right? But the big thing is, you still have to have a chunk of money set aside in order to do this, right? You've got to have money ready to go, or lines of credit, to be able to supplement you in the event that you don't have renters in there. Okay. So there's some fallbacks on rental property. Now, don't get me wrong, great opportunity to create passive income. Okay. All right. And it's a great way to build wealth is through real estate and rental properties. Okay. Now, the next thing I would recommend for passive income is what most of us are familiar with, is stocks, or what I call dividend stocks. Those are stocks that they'll pay you out dividends usually once a quarter, right? Or sometime throughout the year they'll pay you, but they pay out earnings to their shareholders. So if you own some of the stock, whether you own a percentage of the stock, because now you don't have to own a full share to get paid out a dividend. You can have a fractional share as well, with companies now allowing you to fractional trade stocks, which is nice because it's allowed people to enter the market that don't necessarily have a lot of money. Because back years ago, when I started investing in the stock market, you had to have a minimum $25,000 to start trading. Now, of course, there's other passive things like, building for your future and your retirement, like IRAs and 401ks and all that stuff. But we're not going to get into that. I'm just talking about dividend stocks, all right, and investing in stocks that will pay you out, right? There's people that actually make enough money off of their dividends. They never have to touch the stock or their principal investments ever, and they just live off of the dividends that get paid out, from as a shareholder. It's very, very cool, right? It's literally a set it and forget it income, right? Now, the next thing I want to talk about is affiliate marketing. Now, affiliate marketing is where you recommend products you already use and love. Okay. It's basically like you're talking to a friend, but instead of talking to one friend, you're talking to the masses, right? Because you may use social media, you may do some other digital marketing strategies to share with other people products that you know, like, and trust, right? And so you're promoting them, and as a thank you, the company will do revenue share with you and pay you a commission, an affiliate commission, right? It's great for busy parents because it's a one-time setup, and then everything else runs on autopilot. It's nice, and I would definitely recommend looking into it. It's definitely something to consider. But my most favorite thing out of all these, that where I generate most of my money from, and then I use that to then invest in the other things that I just talked about, is digital marketing. All right, or having an online business, promoting digital products and services. Why digital products and services? Because they're in high demand. Digital marketing right now is basically almost a $2 billion a day business right now, and it's expected by 2033 to be over $1.3 trillion a month. That's crazy, right? And it's growing and growing and growing. But digital products, the reason why they're so special is they have very little overhead, and a lot of times you get to keep a high percentage of the profit, especially if you're the owner, right? Now, that's one of the things I would recommend when you're setting up an online business is look for products that are in high demand. Well, digital products are in high demand. Okay. Look for something that is passive, that you can promote passively, obviously. Okay. And that has, the ability to scale and grow and create financial freedom for your family. Okay. And then you can take the profits from that, and you can do other affiliate marketing, because now you've built an email list of people that have bought your product. They already know, like, and trust you. So you're already, good to go in their book. So when you promote another affiliate product, they'll buy because they like. All right. And then again, you take that profit and you can take and invest some of that back into dividend paying stocks. You can invest it into rental property. And there's many other things that you can invest in that will create passive income. But the number one, period, hands down, by far the best is creating an online digital marketing business, right? Because when you do that, you expand your world. Even though you may only be targeting a certain group of people, you can target those people on the other side of the planet or right here in your backyard. All right. It's a fantastic business to own. Like I said, there's little to no overhead, and you can set up automations so that it runs for you. So you don't have to be stuck in your business, right? Your business works for you while you're spending time with your kids, spending time with your loved ones. Okay. So out of all the ones I recommended, which passive income would you be the most excited to start? Right? I'd love to see you drop it in the comments. Right? So if you had to start today, which one would you pick? Well, like I said, the number one thing I would recommend is creating an online business. And you can do that very simply by creating a digital product that's in high demand. And then you can go out and use digital marketing, like social media marketing. You can do lives like I'm doing right now. You can do email marketing. You can do all of those great things to share your product and service with people. But I can tell you this: people usually fail because they don't intend to fail, right? They just fail to plan. Okay, we've heard that before. People don't intend to fail, or they don't plan to fail. They just fail to plan. Okay, so set a goal. How much passive income do you need per month right now? All right, how much do you need to replace your income? Okay, and then find a product where you make 100% profit on, or close to it, that you can scale. You can sell it as much as you want, right? Even better, you can look at master resale rights, right? That's one of the things that I do. Okay, that's my big business, is I have master resale rights for a business I have. Now, what does that mean? Go ahead and do your research. We're not going to go into that. I don't want to go down that rabbit hole, but it's very important, right? So what I'm challenging you to do today is take your first step. Take your first step and go out there and find a digital product or service that you can set up and you can start selling today. There's ways, there's opportunities all around us, right? Excuse me for a second. Why I'm going to grab my board here. I haven't used my board today very much, but for those of you that aren't sure where to begin, and you don't want to have to spend hours upon hours to go out and find a digital marketing business or product to promote and sell, you can go ahead and just simply go to homebasedblueprint.com. All right. That's my company. Okay. I have the master resale rights on that. Everything I sell on there, I get 100% profit. The cool thing is you can do the same thing. All right. It's not network marketing or MLM or anything like that. You actually own the business. You have the master resale rights for this business, and it's all done for you. So if you're not technical, the cool thing is you don't need to be, right? But you get 100% profit, daily pay. It scales. We have proven blueprints already ready for you to follow. So we make it very painless. So you can check it out. All right. Now, what I would recommend is, as you start making profits using a product like this, or whatever product you decide to promote, that you do take it and start reinvesting it into, building a portfolio of dividend stocks, right? And rental property, and so on and so forth, and other companies. Okay. Because that's how you build your wealth. But the things that you want to make sure of, the number one non-negotiable is it has to be passive, meaning it has to work for you even when you're spending time with your family, when you're on a date with your wife or your husband or your boyfriend or your girlfriend. No matter your situation, okay, it's working for you, even if you're not there, working on the business. Okay, it's pretty cool. But if you're ready to start and you're ready to take action today, then go ahead and put ready. I'm ready in the comments. I'll send you over the information. Or you can simply just go to the homebasedblueprint.com, right? Check it out. You put your email in. On the next page, it'll tell you everything you want, and it'll give you your freedom formula blueprint. Excuse me. It's been a long day. And you'll get started right there. It will show you how you can get started with an online business today and start making money as quickly as possible. With that, guys, if you have any questions, please let me know. Until then, remember, passive income is your key to financial freedom. And it's the key to spending more time with the people you love, your kids. And remember, they're modeling what you're doing. So start small, stay consistent, and build a life of choices, not limitations. I love that I put that in my notes. So with that, thank you. If you liked the video, if you found value in the video, please like it. Subscribe to the channel, because I'm going to be going live starting at I'm shooting, I don't know on the times yet, but I'm going to be going live every day because I want to add value to parents as much as possible. Because like I said, what's my mission? Retire my wife and help 1,000 families create financial freedom, right? So with that, comment freedom. I'll get you more information. With that, thank you for taking your time today. I appreciate it very, very much because I know it's our most precious commodity, our most valuable commodity that we have. Until then, guys, I look forward to seeing you at the next video. Take care. And again, thank you for stopping by.